Oh, Earth is ghetto. Oh, Earth is ghetto.
If I tell you now, keep on loving me. Interview with Boobougie. So, in today's interview, I'll be answering some questions that people may have, that people that I know ask me, what they think about what I'm doing, what I think about what I'm doing, why did I start YouTube, what motivates me to keep persevering no matter what. I mean, even now, like making content so I can edit when I finish and then upload it tomorrow. So, a little bit about Irene. And I was born in Buffalo, New York. I had a mother who loved me. I had a mother who did the best she could with what she knew. And I always been a boisterous person. I always was the loud one in the crowd, so to speak. Y'all excuse me if I'm doing this, because it's hot. It's the sun is going down, but it's hot. So, yeah. I had an average childhood like anybody else. I stayed outside until the street lights came on. Once the street lights came on, depending on what mood my mother was in, we could sit on the porch. And I got grown enough to where my mother said, if you want to do what you want to do, you need to get your own place. And that's exactly what I did. So, and I've been on my own ever since. So, as you know, I have one daughter, Courtney. I love her to pieces. And she has 3 of my beautiful grandbabies. They're 17, 9, and 3. Y'all seen them in different videos. So that is a part of my life. We're going to get through this interview. I tell you, we're going to get through it. So, what made me start YouTube? It's a fly on my camera. What made me start YouTube? Well, first of all, my mother transitioned December 3rd, 2018, and that left a huge void in my life. Friends, family, my daughter, my granddaughters, my grandson, nothing could replace that void. And I have some very special people in my life, but they still could not replace that void. And so I end up starting to drive with MARTA. I drive the city bus. That's my profession. I have a medical background. I've been a CNA, home health aide, residential aide. Yeah, I started driving for MARTA. And I love driving the bus now. As you ladies know, I'm currently out of work right now. And I get to bring you guys content, which I was bringing you guys content even when I was working. But now I just have the time and space to do it on a full-time basis. So, yeah, I started working at MARTA. And it was still things that was missing because I would be on my bus, whether I had a bus full of people or nobody, and I would just bust out into tears, you know, missing my mother. She was my rock. She was my go-to. I knew if nobody else, and I knew people loved me, but I'm just saying, if nobody else loved me, I knew she loved me. No matter what I did, no matter what I said, no matter how I may have acted. And I'm a firm believer in honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long upon the earth. So I wasn't one of them type of, I had a mouth, but I didn't cuss my mother out. I didn't hit my mother. None of that crazy stuff. You know, that's just not the house I was raised in, you know. Number one, we had a huge fear of my mother. Because back in the days, the people ain't play. The people was crazy. Undiagnosed. That part. So, Now, some of this information you may have already heard, but I'm just going to share it with you anyway, for those of you who haven't. It's a young lady at my job, and she was thinking about getting a tummy tuck. And so I never really watched YouTube like that. I might watch a couple music videos. I didn't even know this whole world of blogging existed. And so when she told me about the tummy tuck, I'm like, ooh, that sounds like it hurt. You know, it sounds like the benefits on the latter part is going to be worth it. But that whole starting process and the healing, that seemed like it's going to be some pain. So I got on YouTube and I started researching tummy tuck. I came across Gina Janine. And y'all will hear me say her name a lot in my videos. Yeah, I think she's a beautiful woman. I like her swag. I like her style. I just like watching her, you know. And so when I started looking at her, it was about tummy tucks. And so she was, she'll take you, you know, she didn't take me, you know, I take things personal, like we friends, you know. And I went on this journey with her through her videos of her tummy tuck and other lipo procedures she's had done and whatever. And so that's how I got into YouTube and blogs, by watching Gina Janine. And I, you know, when I see a predecessor, I give that predecessor the honor and the respect that they deserve, you know, because a lot of times we think that we can do things on our own, and that's just not feasible, you know. People who have skills were not born with those skills. They all started as, you know, my little granddaughter be running around here. She don't know how to build no house, put no toilet in, blog, edit, brain surgery. She don't know how to do all of that. But one day she could. You understand what I'm saying? As long as she remained teachable. And I just remained teachable. I remember seeing, you know, watching her vlogs. And after I did the whole tummy tuck thing, and then things kind of just went stale there with the tummy tuck, because I had insurance, but I had insurance through another carrier. And I didn't have it through my job. I had it through another carrier. And so I ended up getting the insurance through my through my job. And that's when the whole subject came back up again, but I still haven't done anything as of yet. Yeah, I went to the doctor, bunch of tests, so now I gotta kind of finagle another way if I even want to get the tummy tuck, and I think I do. So that's how my journey began on YouTube. I've never been one of those type of people who can just jump on the internet. And I mean, on my phone right now I'm recording on, it's still stuff I don't know. My old phone I had before this phone, it's still stuff I don't know how to do on there, you know. And it's like my daughter do something on it, or my grandbaby, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that, you know. And I done had the phone a year. So I'm like, okay, I jumped in both feet. I just jumped in without a care, without a thought. I just jumped in. I didn't know. I knew my content was going to be on thrifting, because that's my passion. I love thrifting. I thrift anyway, even before I picked up the camera. So I knew my channel was going to be about thrifting. Goodwill, Value Village, thrift stores, secondhand, curb alert, free clothes, free doors, like I got that didn't fit. So I knew the premise for my channel. So, but I didn't know how to execute it. So when I jumped in, I just jumped in. I was laying in the bed one day, and I'm gonna say God said, get up and make a video. And that's what I did. I still had my pajamas on. I jumped up. I just started talking. I didn't know what I was talking about. I said I got a purse that I done had this purse for like 20-something years. It's a Coach purse, and I paid real cash money for that purse, and that purse was like $200 at the time. Girl, I said it was $5. I went back and looked at that video. I was like, girl, bad. So, but I had to get up. I had to move when the spirit said move, and that's what I did. I jumped up, I made the video, and I've been taking off since then. the fulfillment and the joy that YouTube has brought me is beyond my wildest dreams. Beyond my wildest dreams. What I've learned in this process with YouTube is you don't know what makes people tick. You know, some videos I put a video up of my grandson's cell phone, and it got like 1.6K likes or views. And I was like, huh? I was like, a cell phone? But then I put all this work, setting up the scene, doing all of this stuff, and that video gets 30 views. You know what I'm saying? So what I realized, girl, these bugs are tearing me up. But I am going to do this video out here. The devil is a liar. So, but what I learned in that time and space was you got to do it because you want to do it. You know, sometimes I feel like I don't have any evidence. I don't have any stats. I don't have any of that. But I feel like when people know people, that gets them ahead of the game a little bit further. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean like they know somebody on YouTube. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, on Facebook, you got 4,000 followers or 4,000 friends on Facebook. On Instagram, you got 2,000 friends. So more likely, those people are going to follow you to your channel. And they're going to tell people, they're going to share your video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's talk about Instagram. On Instagram, my views might have been 10. They might have been 8. It's a couple, like 20 or 30. And I'm talking about likes. So, because I didn't really do Instagram. TikTok was null and void. I've done TikTok. I've started TikTok since I started YouTube. And my views on TikTok, they're typically 175, 180, up to 200, 300. I have one on there that's like 4,700 plus views. So it just kind of varies. You know, I just do it because what I've been figuring out by watching different YouTube videos, different content creators, whether they're white, black, I watch Chinese, I watch Jamaicans, I watch some of everybody to try to gather, because what I've learned in this life of being 52 is that I gather information and then I make an informed decision. So with that being said, it had to be a labor of love. It had to be, in order for me to keep pushing forward, it had to be a labor of love, because it's real easy to get discouraged. I didn't have no 1,000 followers. I don't have no 100 friends on Facebook. None of that. I just didn't. You know, social media never been my quote thing. You know, I grew up in the age of Walkmans. Yeah, Walkmans. Manual typewriters. No cell phones. That's the era I grew up in. So I was never tech savvy. This fly on my camera is working my nerves. I don't know why he is flying on my camera, but he ain't moving. He go from the tripod to the camera. So what I learned is that I had to do it because I had to do what I needed to do for me. So I had to get on YouTube. I had to look at different content creators. I had to look at people who had the insight in which I did not. I started looking at thrifting videos. I started looking at CHITCHAT videos. Another one of my girls is Peyton. I found Peyton, they did a meet and greet in Houston, and Alexis, I think her name is Alexis, I'm almost positive, but anyway, she was there, and you know, it was just real cool. Portia was there, and they all just got together, and I didn't know those other ladies. The only person I knew on YouTube was Gina Janine. That was it. So I kind of branched off from her once I started picking up other people. So when I seen Peyton and I looked at her channel, I liked it. I went digging in the crates and I liked her style. I liked, how she started. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Irene, these girls started from somewhere. They didn't start off getting 5,000 views or, well, not even 5,000 because we're talking in the realm of YouTube. They didn't start off getting 40K and 50K views. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to be grateful for where I was at, and I'm so grateful that my numbers are rising. My husband said, we're going to need another house. You got too much stuff. And I do. I do. I really must admit I do. I got so caught up in the whole content creating that I have, because like literally, I've been out of work since March. So I pay my little bills, which is the gas bill and what else is my bill? The phone bills. So I pay my little bills, and after I pay my little bills, girl, bye. It's off to the races. That part. So I went in a Goodwill today, and I think I spent like $10. I bought a jumpsuit, and what else did I buy? A jumpsuit and a thermal. I ended up giving my aunt like the thermal. It was the that's why I brought this towel out here just in case it fell. It was the Game of Thrones, and it was real nice. I don't know which part fell on the floor. I wash my face when I go in the house. So, yeah, it was the Game of Thrones, and she liked it, so I gave it to her. So, I ended up just coming home with the jumpsuit, which was fine with me. Okay, so that's how I got into YouTube and learning stuff, and I'm still learning. I'm still a work in progress. I just kind of see what other people are doing and just kind of do my own thing with it. I had no clue about driving scenes and playing the music while you seeing the different scenery. But I learned that from watching Peyton Marie Childs. I learned that from watching her channel. So I'm like, cool, and it's like whatever I can't use, I just put it on the shelf until I can. So that's kind of what motivates me to keep moving on, keep pressing forward, because it is a labor of love. Now let's get to what family and friends think, okay? I think family and friends should be watching my videos, every one of them, and commenting on them. Because I got a bunch of sisters, brothers, all of that, cousins, all of that. But what I had to realize is, this is what I'm doing. This is like my job. Do I go to their job and go have lunch with them on their job, or go help them with their work on their job? No. So why should I expect that? It's this thing they talk about. I remember I said to Peyton in one of my videos, who is they? It's a group I attend, and in this group, it said placing unrealistic expectations on people. If I learn how to not place unrealistic expectations on people, then my feelings won't get hurt. Then I won't be feeling some type of way. I won't be looking at people side-eye. If I learn not to place unrealistic expectations on people. When I tell you that YouTube has given me a spark, it's in no way comparison to the spark of my mom. But it has filled a huge void in my heart. I absolutely love I'm sitting out here. Y'all already know I'm in menopause, because the lady, when I went to the doctor to have my physical, she said once you haven't had a cycle for a year, you're officially in menopause. She said you can not have a cycle for 10 months and start back up. You got to start that clock year all over again. So I've been in menopause, like, period, for like the last 2 years. So, and I'm making this video. Why? Because I love it. I love y'all. I get to share my I get to share my family with you guys. I get to share myself with you guys. I get to share my imperfections, my achievements, my sorrows, my joy. I get to share that with you. This is a no judgment zone over here. if I'm switching legs, ladies, because my sciatic is kind of bothering me a little bit. But I get to share my life. And, you know, one thing that I'm so grateful for this platform is that I get to leave a legacy for my grandkids. When I'm not here, YouTube will probably still be here. It'll probably be enhanced. I don't see YouTube going anywhere, period. Okay? But they can go back and look at themselves. I was with my aunt today. I videoed a little with her. You can go back and look, and this is your aunt. This was your grandmother. So that's the joy that I get out of this, you know. Now, when the coins start rolling in, I'll be glad. That part. I was looking at Gina Janine, and she had been doing YouTube, I think, for 4 years before she quit her job. She was a radiographer, something like that. Something with x-rays. So, and she quit her job after 4 years. I want to say 4. It might have been 3, but I think it was 4. And I can't see myself quitting my job, but you don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the future holds. So I just keep pressing on. I keep moving forward. I thank God for all of you who have subscribed. I thank you. My prayers are with you all. I thank you. Because you didn't have to click. You really didn't. You didn't have to click. I don't know. We ain't even talking about notification. You did not have to click onto my video. And then you watched it. And then you said, let me go on and subscribe. You didn't have to do that. So I appreciate it. And I thank you. You know, it's another thing that I say out of the Bible. We're going to call things, we're going to say where they from. Because I sure said depending who is they. Which I know she probably didn't watch my video, but it's all right. Oh, it's another thing that says call things that be not as though they were. So I know that in due time, my subscription is gonna go into the K's. What K? I don't know. Whether it's 1K, 100K, 200K, we going, baby. By hook or crook, we going. That part. So, I'm trying to think of anything else that you might want to know. I don't know. What else y'all want to know about me? Because I'm an open book to a certain extent. One thing I said I will not do on my channel is discuss my husband in a negative light. Yeah, I'll say my African get on my nerves, something like that. But I'm talking about like real problems that men and women married people have. It can also be, you know, you don't have to be married. But I'm talking about men and women who are married. Some things are just not to be discussed in certain realms. You understand what I'm saying? So, because I love my husband. I remember this lady, I was working with Miss Stanley. She was 94, 96. She said that she would never tell her family when her and her husband fell out. She said because when her and her husband get all right, come on now. When her and her husband get all right, the family is still looking at him a certain type of way because they remember what he did. So I remembered that. And I remember sharing about my mom. I called my mom. This was like the Sunday before she transitioned, before she transitioned on a Monday. And I remember calling her and I'm fussing about my husband, and my mama know her child. She know me. Look, whatever he said, I said a whole lot more. My mother told me to pray, and my mother told me that God was going to work it out. And that was the last advice I got from my mother. And sure enough, me and my husband worked whatever it was out. You know, we're going into our 7th year. October is my 7th year. He want to go to Hawaii. He said, babe, you want to go to Hawaii? Yeah. I want to go wherever it's free. That part. Thrifted, clearance, and free. Yeah, so that's just a little bit about me. I'm an easygoing, laid back person. How you see me on this camera, that's how I am all the time. I can't be nobody else but me. You know, I watch the girls and I see what they doing, and you know, the shopping and the Sephora and buying, you know, yeah, it's nice to have, you know, some $200 foundation or, you know, lip gloss and all that. But baby, give me some good old fashioned lip gloss from Family Dollar and we in the game. Understand? That part. So, yeah. I was listening. I was just watching Peyton before I came because I took a little nap, and then turned Peyton on because I always check to see when her new videos come out. That's when I got the door and realized it didn't fit and yada yada yada. So anyway, but she was saying in the video, she was like, she was looking on some site, I forgot the name of it, but she was saying how she don't like to wear secondhand shoes. And girl, I get it. I am not mad at you. Girl, I bet you I would get me some secondhand shoes. Have, did, will, and that part. Girl, wipe them down, spray them with some Lysol. Girl, we in the game. So, ladies, thank you for hanging out with your girl. Look, it is what it is. It's a little testy out here for mother. I'm gonna have to go take a shower when I go in the house, because I am absolutely sweating. And then I came down here too because my husband, he is in the living room watching TV, and he between games and fights and MMAs and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I didn't want to tell him, "Babe, I'm about to make a video. Could you know what I mean?" Because this is both our house. I can't, you know, expect for everything to shut down because I want to make a video. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's talk about being a housewife just for a second. It's not easy. It's not hard, but it's not easy. Because you have two people, two different individuals, and at some point or another, either I'm trying to sway him to do things my way, or he's trying to sway me to do things his way. And in the middle of that is the line of compromise, you know. And you have to be willing to compromise. I know for me, sometimes, you know, things can get a little overwhelming for me, especially with this back injury, because I do so much. I believe that my husband is like under the illusion that he knows that I'm injured, but not that injured. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's because I continue to do what I always did. You know what I mean? Sometimes things get lacking, the dishes, the laundry. I need to do laundry right now. I sure do. But he's understanding and he's compassionate. He's not always like that, and I'm not always the doting wife, but we make it work. I wouldn't want to be with nobody else. You know, I always talk about little whatever. I've never cheated on my husband, and I pray to God I never do, because that's a vow that I've made to him and God. So, yeah, because, honey, I'm one of them good old girls. I fix a feeling with a feeling in a minute. That part. I know y'all can read between the lines, but I use my powers for good now. Okay, ladies, we've come to the end because I gotta go in the house. I got to go. It's hot out here. And I'm hot. Even if I wasn't out here, I'd be hot. So I'm hot. I'm hotter. Yeah, I'm hotter. I'm not hot. I'm hotter. That part. So, ladies, I like to say thank you for watching. You got any questions? Anything you want to know about me? Nothing really is off the table. If it is, I'll just tell you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to make nothing up. It just is what it is.
Gonna be, say that you're gonna be.
So ladies, don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to hit your post notification bell.
If I had your back, I wouldn't have did all that.
Don't forget that I post on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. One thing for certain and two things for sure, your girl is gonna post. Now, it was an unusual situation. A person ended up dying while my whole service for my phone service and internet was out, that I didn't post last Tuesday, but I always post on Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. Until next time, I love you all, ladies. Bye.
Hey.